Hello, I'm Sheryl, and welcome to Sleep Tight Relax, a cozy bedtime podcast made especially for kids, but perfect for dreamers of all ages. For tonight's story, we'll visit a magical little barnyard where we'll meet a hardworking little red hen and her 3 neighbors, a sleepy cat, a curious rat, and a big, sun-loving pig. One day, the little red hen finds something surprising that leads her on quite an adventure, from planting a single seed all the way to baking a delicious treat. But will her neighbors pitch in to help her along the way? And what will happen when the delicious smell of fresh-baked bread fills the air? Before we start our story, let's get extra cozy and relaxed. Lie down, snuggle in with your blanket or favorite stuffed friend, and close your eyes. Take a deep breath through your nose, filling your tummy like a big, soft balloon. Slowly count as you breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now gently hold that breath for a moment. 1, 2, and then slowly breathe out through your mouth, letting all the air out of your tummy balloon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take another deep breath in, filling up your tummy balloon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it gently. 1, 2, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. With each breath, feel your body becoming calm and peaceful. Your arms, legs, and toes feel soft and heavy, sinking into your bed. Imagine lying in a magical farmyard where everything feels warm and gentle. The grass is soft, and you can hear the quiet sounds of animals nearby. The gentle cluck of a hen, the happy oink of a pig, and maybe even a soft meow from a barn cat. You feel safe and cozy, surrounded by the earthy smell of hay and fresh flowers. Picture a big, friendly red barn in the distance, and maybe even a sparkly pond where you see ducks paddling by. Now, I don't want to make you hungry before bed, but imagine a warm breeze flowing through, making the leaves dance, and bringing you the comforting smell of bread, or maybe apple pie baking somewhere nearby. Or maybe it is freshly baked cookies. You take it all in, feeling calm and peaceful. The smell of freshly baked treats often makes me feel relaxed. Take one more deep breath in, filling your tummy balloon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it gently. 1, 2, and out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you're all relaxed and ready for tonight's story, The Little Red Hen and the Bread She Baked. Once upon a time, there was a little red hen who lived in a barnyard with her 3 neighbors, a sleepy cat, a carefree rat, and a sun-loving pig. The little red hen spent most of her time busily scratching the ground, hunting for plump worms to feed her chicks. She loved her little ones dearly and worked hard to make sure they grew strong and healthy. One day, while scratching about, the little red hen spotted something curious among the dust. It was a small, shiny seed. She examined it closely. This isn't a worm, she thought. She pecked at it, and it tasted unlike anything she'd found before. Curious, she asked the other animals, "Do you know what this is?" The cat lazily stretched and blinked. "Does it help me nap?" she asked, uninterested. The rat glanced over, more concerned with nibbling on a stray corn kernel, and shrugged. The pig, sprawled in the shade, didn't even open his eyes. After asking around, the hen learned it was a wheat seed. If planted and cared for, it would grow into tall stalks of wheat, which could then be harvested, ground into flour, and made into bread. The hen was thrilled at the thought of homemade bread, but she knew it would take a lot of work. Looking at her busy chicks and knowing how much she already had to do, she decided to ask for help. "Who will plant this seed?" she called, hoping her neighbors would pitch in. The cat stretched her paws. "Planting is so tiring," she sighed. "I'll pass." The rat squeaked. "I've got socializing to do, mingling with the barn mice. Planting isn't really my thing." And the pig just grunted, "Not me. The sun is so warm right now. Planting sounds like a chore." "Well, then I'll do it myself," said the little red hen, determined to get started. And she did, scratching a small hole in the ground and placing the seed inside. She watered it every day, watching as it slowly sprouted into a small green shoot. As the days passed, the little red hen watered her little wheat shoots every morning, watching them sprout into tiny green blades. She knew this was only the beginning, but she hoped her neighbors might lend a paw now that the plants needed tending. One morning, the little red hen, feathers dusty from her early morning work, called out, "Who will help me tend the young wheat?" The cat, snoozing on the fence, opened one eye and let out a lazy purr. "I would, but I'm on sun watching duty today. Someone has to keep the sun company." The rat scurried out from under the barn, twitching his whiskers. "Not I," he squeaked. "This tail is too delicate for gardening. Imagine all the dirt that could stick to it." And the pig, who was nestled in a patch of mud, sighed deeply. "Why work when the mud is so warm and cozy? I'll just supervise from here," he added, giving her a lazy grin. With a sigh, the little red hen grabbed her small watering can and gently tended to each plant. "Very well, I'll do it myself," she said, but she couldn't help but chuckle at her silly friends. The cat, the rat, and the pig watched as she worked, sometimes cheering her on with half-hearted, "Go, hen, go!" exclamations, before drifting back to their naps and snacks. The little wheat plants grew taller and greener under her careful attention, and the hen felt proud of her efforts. As time went on, the shoot grew taller and taller, becoming a golden stalk of wheat. One sunny day, the hen noticed that the wheat had ripened. It was time to harvest. She looked over at the cat, the rat, and the pig and thought, maybe now they'll want to help. "Who will cut the wheat?" she called. The cat curled up in a cozy spot, yawned. "Not I," she purred. The rat shook his head. "Oh no, not I. I'm far too busy planning tonight's gathering with the mice." The pig lazily lifted his snout and said, "Not I. It sounds like hard work." The little red hen sighed but didn't give up. "Very well," she said, "I'll cut the wheat myself." And she did, carefully slicing down the stalks and gathering them into a bundle. With her chicks cheeping beside her, the hen realized the wheat now needed to be threshed to separate the grain. She called out once more, "Who will help me thresh the wheat?" But once again, her neighbors all had reasons to decline. The cat pretended to stretch. "Threshing would ruin my lovely fur," she said. The rat, who was busy preening himself in a tiny mirror, said, "Oh, definitely not I." The pig muttered, "Too much work, and I'm already so comfortable." The hen shook her head. "Then I'll do it myself." She gently threshed the wheat, separating the grain and putting it into a sack. She looked over at the distant mill, where the grain could be ground into flour. The journey would be long, but she knew it was the next step. "Who will carry the wheat to the mill?" she asked, her voice filled with hope. The pig snorted. "That sounds like a long walk. Not I." The cat flicked her tail, saying, "Not I. Too much dust." The rat made a face. "Not I. My paws might get sore." With no one to help, the hen balanced the sack of wheat on her back and made the journey herself, her feet padding along the dirt path. Along the way, she stopped here and there to catch a worm for her chicks, all the while determined to see her work through. At the mill, the kind miller ground her wheat into fine white flour. The hen, though tired, was proud as she carried the sack of flour back to the barnyard. Her little chicks clucked happily at her return, pecking at the worm she had saved for them. The next morning she thought, "Today, this flour can be turned into bread." She found the pig, the cat, and the rat basking in the morning sun. "Who will help me make the bread?" she asked. The pig rolled over. "I'm resting." The cat licked her paws. "Not I. Baking is messy." And the rat scoffed. "Not I. My whiskers might get flour on them." Feeling a mix of disappointment and pride, the little red hen declared, "Then I'll do it myself." She rolled up her wings, put on her cleanest apron, and set to work kneading the dough. She remembered every step of the recipe and made the most beautiful, fluffy loaves of bread. Her beak watered as she thought of the warm, tasty treat she was about to share with her chicks. As the bread baked, a delicious aroma filled the barnyard, wafting through the air. The cat, the rat, and the pig sniffed eagerly, their mouths watering as they followed the scent to the oven where the little red hen was baking. Finally, the bread was golden and ready. The hen carefully took it from the oven and set it on the windowsill to cool. "Who will eat the bread?" she called out, smiling as her neighbors gathered around. The pig, licking his lips, said, "I will." The cat, her tail twitching with excitement, said, "I will." And the rat, his nose twitching in delight, said, "I will." But the little red hen looked at them thoughtfully and shook her head. "No, you won't," she said gently. "You didn't help me plant, cut, thresh, or grind the wheat. I did it all myself. So today, I will eat this bread with my chicks." With that, the little red hen and her chicks enjoyed the warm, delicious bread, each bite reminding her of the effort she put into making it. As the cat, the rat, and the pig watched hungrily, they understood, perhaps for the first time, the importance of lending a helping hand. From that day on, the pig, the cat, and the rat were a little more willing to lend a paw when needed, and the little red hen continued her work, always knowing the value of hard work and sharing. If you're still awake, it's the perfect time to whisper something kind to yourself. Take a deep breath, and in your mind or in a soft voice, say these gentle words. I am patient, and I know good things take time. When I do my best, I feel proud and confident in myself. I respect my efforts and the efforts of others. When I help and work with others, we all feel happy and supported. I take pride in doing my part, knowing that my actions help everyone. I am calm, relaxed, and peaceful. Good night. Sleep tight.